just a week to make the moon and the stars, the sun and the earth and Jupiter and Mars. How loving and patient the Father must be, cause I'm a G. You see, he's still working on me. Our Father, which art the Most High. Your son done had a few drinks and I'm so high. You watch the sparrows, I know you keep a close eye on your children, you always been close by. Beside the lust, I got so much pride. I'm filthy inside, you let so much slide. You hold me down in the coldest situations, and this song is just to show appreciation. Don't deserve to be alive the way I drive. I grind 9 to 5 and don't pay my tithe. And I don't go to church on the Sabbath, but I promise I'ma try to work on them habits.
Lord, wanna be a Christian in my heart, but it's hard. Tell me where do I start? I really wanna change my ways, but all I can do is my part. Lord, wanna be a Christian in my heart, but it's hard. Tell me where do I start? I really wanna change my ways, but all I can do.
I hear your spirit speaking to me saying stop your stressing. Don't you know when you complain you only block your blessings? But every day I try to do a good deed, feed my family despite what the hood need. I'm an Israelite, moms had the faith of Hannah. Walked the wilderness, I done ate some manna. Led by the fire at night, though it's dark. Been locked away with all animals like Noah's Ark. I feel no fear when I battle on the field. For real, my father owned all the cattle on the hill. I need a change, but I doubt it's gonna come if you don't make it happen for your prodigal son, Lord. I confess, it's only one Lord, but look at all the dirty deeds that I done, Lord. Truly wanna give you my heart, but where to start? Show me how to do my part.
Lord, wanna be a Christian in my heart, but it's hard. Tell me where do I start? I really wanna change my ways, but all I can do is my part. Lord, wanna be a Christian in my heart, but it's hard. Tell me where do I start? I really wanna change my ways, but all I can do is my part.
I remember walking the block with no hope, walking with a pocket of dope in the cup though. I'm knowing I couldn't survive without you. Even though I'm by myself, I'm not alone. Walking out the liquor store, trying to make a nickel grow. I ain't even trying to hide my sins because I did it, yo. I was the worst one cause I'm knowing about the scriptures. I fit the description, I'm all up in the picture. They're trying to help you, I'm the one that's trying to get you. When I go to church, I'll tell the truth, I think I missed her. Fact that my daddy's reaching for me. Lord, I know you wanna speak to me. I'ma open up my mind, I'ma take a chance. Cause when it comes to you, it's love at first glance. I'm knowing everything gon' be alright. Please forgive me tonight.
Lord, wanna be a Christian in my heart, but it's hard. Tell me where do I start? I really wanna change my ways, but all I can do is my part. Lord, wanna be a Christian in my heart, but it's hard. Tell me where do I start? I really wanna change my ways, but all I can do is my part.
Getting hard trying to live in this land, Lord. I'm sick of paying rent, I wanna be the landlord. Not too many children in my section 8 last night. Lights out, they on section 8. We get constipated from that government cheese. Paying taxes, steady get a government cheese. Don't nothing change no matter who we vote for. So why waste time even going to try to vote for? When you grind so hard, you supposed to see profit. Why we so broke? We supposed to be prophets. We never had a choice on coming to America. I feel something real bad is coming to America. I don't write the mayor, they say I got a right to, but I don't even know where a nigga supposed to write to. I keep my chest up and head to the sky until the day I burn or head to the sky.
Good days, and there was many bad days. Lord, I've had hills to climb and sleepless nights. But when I look around and see what you've done for me, I say thank you, Lord, and I won't complain. Yeah, no.
I'm no devil. devil, I know that I'm God's son, but I still smoke weed with my godson. And even though they say the woman is the backbone, we just wanna see them laying on their backbone. Thumb through the word, but you know what's confusing? Between the experts, it's so much confusion. I want it all, for all that I care about. I want a ball, that's all that I care about. Travel 50 states, broke 48 laws. Ran across a book called 48 Laws. Some say it's bad, some say it's a good book. I say it ain't got nothing on the good book. I ain't tripping on going to the motherland. On the other hand, I like to buy my motherland. What price can we all get peaceful? Stay at war and swear that we peaceful. What's wrong? Can't we all get along? Wanna buy a home, but can't get along. I'm trying to stay focused and write the right rhymes, cause these days everybody write rhymes. My uncle went to the rehab, hooked on morphine. It seems he came out even more fiend. Don't wanna see cuz die or blood bleed. We all lose every time black blood bleed. Holla Hail Mary, a light no candle, but I'm still trying to handle what I can do. I go hard for what I need, so it's ample. Watch me, you won't need no example. Crucial situation, my life in a crisis. Need to trade my life in for crisis. Please forgive me for what I did last night. I don't know, this might be my last night.
Went back to jail, feel like that shit on repeat. I love this shit, but got this feeling in me. I'm tired of losing, maybe shit ain't for me. Ain't no feelings in me. My brother told me take the deal. He told me all you fight is bodies, but that's probably how they body everybody. Gave me 12 up in the court, can't leave the lobby. He was caught up in them sports, but they got sloppy. Just the way the life goes.
Beyond belief in the street, seen a lot of grief. A lot of Keith and Kush stuffed in the grobberly. Chains, watches, rings, it's nothing to kings. Back and forth to Beijing, fucking with beans. Hopping out of yard since we own it, it's ours. The final room lounges, smoking cigars. Purchasing properties, opening bars. Took licks in life, put tattoos over the scars. Rosenberg on retainer, explain how I look for real. Kinda bad, Lil homie took the deal. $100 sticks, cognac and Cubans at all costs. Be about your money is the movement. Either in a black box, making a review about an ocean, slow motion, taking in the view. Cop and blow with hoes, we don't wife those. Zeros and commas, that's how
so
life
much
goes.
shit in these streets. Went back to jail, feel like that shit on repeat. I love this shit, but got this feeling in me. I'm tired of losing, maybe shit ain't for me. Ain't no feelings in me. My brother told me take the deal. He told me all you fight is bodies, but that's probably how they body everybody. Gave me 12 up in the court, can't leave the lobby. He was caught up in them sports, but they got sloppy.
Told that nigga take the deal. Blue rag tied around the steering wheel, riding around itching for a kill. Boy, this shit real. Lifestyle on repeat, sagging through the swap meet, banging on my enemies. Them niggas know I never speak. M's on the backhand, this shit to the depth. I can have $1 million, still pull up to the set. Facts over feelings when you fucking with Blue Smurf. It's crazy how your closest homies end up on t-shirts. My niggas tired of taking L's. I know that shit wrong. Got my dead homies looking down on me like a drone. Hopping out of foreign whips, politicking with the Crips, all in traffic with the homies, knocking down a fear. Niggas chasing clout, we chase down enemies. Niggas hanging out, then we gon' smash off their Hennies. That's just the way this life goes. The colors of my clothes always been blue and gold. That's on my soul.
So much shit in these streets. Went back to jail, feel like that shit on repeat. I let the streets bring out this feeling in me. I'm tired of losing, maybe shit ain't for me. There ain't no feelings in me. My brother told me take the deal. He told me, oh, you fight his bodies. But that's probably how they body everybody. Gave him 12 up in the court, can't leave the lobby. He was caught up in them sports, but he got sloppy. Just the way the life goes.
It was point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I could tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
Took him just a week to make the moon and the stars, the sun and the
Fox Production.
It was point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I could tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Nate Blood, C-Mac, shout out my loc, Spotter Low, cuz. Nate Blood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mom.
The homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch.
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Loke, nigga.
Spider Loke.
It's Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
Spider Loke, that's my nigga.
Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Loke, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Loke, wake and bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing it.
Google gang, straight legend. Google gang, SBI. Google gang, Google gang ain't here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty, no mistake in the station. They making them statements, we waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box, we never put feelings over facts. Baymaacbiz, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, my count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, gang.
You can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards, we all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google bang.
Jeter. Gratitude is the attitude. This show is a blessing to be back in the black box as we blow us a session. One more again, women and men. And all the other type of things they trying to let in. Oh, my mama. What is it? A thirsty Thursday, huh? Thirsty Thursday. A thoroughly thirsty Thursday. What it do, good people? Google Gang, Blue Wrench Mob. Please like, share. Oh, my mama. Y'all know I usually don't even say that type of shh. But shout out to Blue Devil in the chat. Hater World, if you don't know, bounce spot on YouTube to go tap in with commentary, reactions, podcasts from a Southsider perspective, the Hater World. Oh, my mama. We got a word of the day, y'all.
I always forget to do it like how I be wanting to do it though. On my mama, let me go on and get it like that. I gotta make that a habit. But they say you gotta do something 21 times in a row to make it a habit. So I wanna I don't know why, but I just wanna make it a habit to let it do the enunciation live, you know what I'm saying? Without me trying to do it.
Dyed in the wool.
Dyed in the wool. That's the word of the day. We got a hyphenated word. We got a cold language, the English ladies. Dyed in the wool. Dyed in the wool. Someone described as dyed in the wool has very strong, uncompromising beliefs or opinions. The festival was held in a remote rural town, ensuring it would attract no one but the most dyed in the wool bluegrass fans. On my mama, trying to be a real nigga or a street nigga or gang member or the bad guy used to be a dyed in the wool thing. Like, it's no wonder like SNITCHUATIONs is such a debate on the internet and there's so many different perspectives is because those that really had committed to a certain code it was a very small dyed in the wool core class of individuals. It took a certain type of character and as started compromising and allowing, not necessarily allowing, but just associating other people being involved. You know, anything that you have that's pure and small, as you expand it and it gets diluted, it's going to be less potent. So therefore, we should find, hey, that ties in. I think this is the first time the word of the day ties in to a quote. Find a purpose to serve, not a lifestyle to live. Yeah, if you're not dyed in the wool about something, sometimes it's going to be hard to stick to it. So if you're just jumping into a lifestyle, I guess that's why we have trends. And a lot of people stick up with the trends because they not dyed in the wool with certain things. And I guess you can't be dyed in the wool on everything. Some things fluctuate. That's a natural part of life. However, there are some things that, you know, when you commit to it, you got to stick with it. That's why the marathon continues. And you got to be about your marathon at all costs. You got to be dyed in the wool about things of that nature. You dig alive? TMC available on all digital platforms. Tap in for me.
Overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie.
SPI
Can't get close to me.
Folks at all costs though.
They mad cause they can't be. Everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
This time around, I ain't moving with a gang of homies. By my lonely, couple bad bitches hanging on me. For sure, sharpshooters on deck though. Will I ever let my foot up off these bitch niggas' neck? No. Blue Bentley getting blunted. Wonder how it come to that. Can't let a rat do me like they done my nigga Thundercat. Baymac, place nothing above my paper. Couple slugs for the haters, but I love my neighbors. Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
On the east, the streets anticipate my new release. Legendary beast, peace to Lil Tootie Reese. 97,000 in a day's work. It hurt to read the paperwork, we from the same turf. Talking super turned up to make things worse. Passed out passes in the past, I take the blame first. Go hard when I'm cleaning up the backyard. Queer don't sound like a queen trying to act hard. I represent the truth. We don't play by the same rules. There is no competition, cause I can't lose. Versus vicious, sell them like souvenirs. Blue diamonds in my ear, hella fly,
Overlook
boom
my
again.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
Look here, the haters act like he don't know me. One man gang, I don't need no homie. On the 7 these days, they don't even see him seldom. Kind of money, who done touch more than me and Melvin? Anybody help him? Hell no, ho. Straight line dollars, they'll dog dough. SBI spot, can't never have it. Eastside legend like A7 Magic. Honcho hustle. Plus he the bomb in the booth, counting coins like Chucky from Swan. How the most easy with the ends gon' bow down. Ballin', clowning like Benzo.
Overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
Once again, that's the title TMC. It's available on all digital platforms for download and streaming. Go tap in on my mama. My boy Trey Legend on the hook. TL. I know before a lot of the records I played from the past with me and Eno, now a lot of the records from current times would be me and my boy Trey Legend on my mama. Shout out to both them cats. Hey, shout out to Miss Hood and her son. Miss Hood is the lady who was assaulted with deadly force at an eatery in Chicago by a male on camera about a week ago. And her son came in and did his snuffleupagus on this nigga, on my mama. I swear to God. One of the first people I met from Chicago, well, the second, well, the first people, one of the first, I had some family from Chicago, and some of my family moved to California when I was about 9 or 10, the Owens. Shout out to Delton, and Anthony, Scoop, and Ivy and them. Rest in peace, Janice. That's how I got my first education of Chicago. My cousins used to tell me about out there, you wear your hat to the left, to the right. They ask you how you ride, like on some gangbang. They ask you how you ride, like by train or something. You just tell us shit like that. That was my education back then. But then, when I was about 17, 16, no, I was about 15, my cousin, Clarence, shout out Clarence, they call him Compton in Alabama. He went to college in Alabama. And as a family, my mama and his mama is like best friends. They sisters. They both single. They raised me and my two cousins, which is my auntie's sons, like brothers. So when he left to go to college, I was about 15, we took like a road trip to Alabama. You know, family, whoop, rode out there. And that's when I met another nigga from Chicago. This nigga named Michael Lambert. Whole ass nigga. He used to say that his uncle was, y'all remember the Lester Pink, silk pink shit used to come with the S-curl shit? He used to say his uncle, that was his uncle, that Empire and shit, right? Only reason I'm bringing this nigga up, because this shit happened in Chicago. And the way the nigga was pressing on the female before he even got off remind me of this bitch ass nigga named Michael Lambert. Anybody from Chicago who know a nigga named Michael Lambert that's about 50 years old, cuz also ended up getting on the stand in a federal case against my cousin. They was best friends, cuz, on my mama. And this nigga remind me of Mike. Not only, it's the way he stand, he got that same, only thing Mike is real light skinned. This nigga was dark skinned, but he got that same posture, that same little frail, I don't know though. It's like he was built like him, he stand like him, and the way he was acting like this bitch, this nigga Mike, when we used to be in Alabama, cause there used to be a million scenarios where he'd be confronted by a man and ain't never got busy, got fired on and all that. But he was known for going hard on a female. He actually married, I met him in 91, but then I actually came back in 93 myself to Alabama for a few months, and I was with him on a daily basis. He was in my crew because him and my cousin was best friends. But I had first met him in 91 when I drove down there with my family, with my mama and her sister and my cousins. We drove out there to take my cousins to Alabama. Man, when I went, I flew. But he was still, it had been 2 years, he had been tight with dude. So now, dude, my partner, we moving around. So, cousin, he a rat. Michael Lambert, light-skinned Michael Lambert, about 50 years old, got on the stand. He from Chicago, Chi-Town, South Side. Anybody in Chicago think he'd be around, he watching, he stank. He got on the stand in like, what year was it? 2000, 2001. He got on the stand, sent my cousin to the feds, called crying and all that. I'll get off that. And then he ended up marrying a childhood friend of mine, Karen Baker. And she lost her life very, very young. Rest in peace to Karen. And he used to do like real kind of hoe shit to her cousin. But he'd never do nothing physical to no man. I remember when I first met him, when I first was around him on a regular basis, cause he was like a teenager. I'm like 17. He probably like 20, 21, something like that. But he had this female out there from Chicago. She was bad too. And they still had payphones back in the day. And I don't care what the weather was. I swear to God, I used to wake up early in the morning. This ain't the worst the shit. This is just something out from day one. We used to wake up early in the morning. He'd take her, drop her off at a phone booth, and have her call him back and tell him, I just put so-and-so, this phone booth just took 80 cents, took $1 from me. And back in them days, they used to ask you for your address and they'll send you a check for that amount. He'd have her do it at this phone booth for some hours, do it this one, and just have her out there like that. That was her job. But bitch ass nigga ended up being very abusive to one of my childhood friends, and she ended up developing health issues that I can't say for sure, but it's highly reported that was related to the way he treated her, and she lost her life real early. So fuck cuz. And this nigga remind me of cuz. He carry himself way up just like him, the way he move. And I can't believe it's so much controversy about right, wrong, what shoulda, coulda, woulda. Oh my mama. I done heard people break this shit down talking about even though she was registered, legal, concealed, her son shouldn't have had access. These black people, mind you. And even if that is the case, thank God that was a bullshit rule that was not adhered to. Do we not? I know this from fine on men and catching assault charges. You know what they're gonna tell you in court? That the blow of a male's fist to another male can be considered deadly force. There are many accounts of one blow to the right spot taking someone's life, if not just the blow. They standing in that thing, they had that aluminum metal thing with them edges. She could hit her head on that or the concrete. And he's giving her multiple blows, right? I'm my mama only son. I got 3 sons. On my mama. That's not something you've seen a million times. It might not repeat itself, but that's protocol. There is nothing else that young man could be suggested that he should have done, could have done, would have done. I salute him. I applaud him. I'm so glad they dropped them punk ass charges. On my mama. That whole ass nigga got and just imagine this, bro. This is the father of 2 little beautiful black girls. And this is why I told y'all, I try to view our females in our community as the same. We gotta realize every black woman you see based on their range group, when you come across them, you gotta see that's my auntie, that's my sister, that's my mother, that's my daughter, that's my cousin, because guess what? More likely than not, they have that type of relationship with some type of male. And as men, as we move around, if we're going to be a community, it's about respect. And we have to respect one another, and we have to respect that image. There's no way in the world you can be the father of two precious little babies like that, females, and then out in public, nutting up on a female like that, telling her, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out on my mama. That's what he told her, cuz, on my mama. And then you get to haul off a couple times and give her all you got. You couldn't even drop her, cuz. That even make you more of a bitch. Told her you was gonna knock her out. Not only did you not knock her out, you didn't even drop her. And got lit up. Got what you was looking for. On my mama, rift the low. Like we were to the neighborhood. 976. I don't know. Then, at least for this gesture, shout out to Nicki Minaj. To her, she offered to pay for dude college. And I'm not trying to knock nobody's gesture of kindness. That is awesome. However, in this day and age, college is not necessarily this grandiose experience that is necessary for success or even prescribed as the best potential path. To want to make a gesture of kindness and benevolence is one thing, but to then try to have control of what someone does with the actual monetary value of what you're providing, I don't know about that. 14-year-old, he made the same amount of money that would be invested into a college tuition may benefit him to start a business currently right now. You don't know what his aspirations are. It might not quite be college, but I'm glad that he at least is being redeemed. The mother is now filing suits against the state, the city, the government, all that, everybody involved with arresting her for false arrest. I've even heard black content creators speak shameful on her for that. Man, fuck all that, man. Bleed the system. If the system just bled you, you had people who have master degrees, doctorate degrees, even perhaps in law, when it comes to the district attorney's office. They initially decided to file charges. We had camera footage. They trying to say, oh, after investigation. Ain't no only investigation we got is the same video we seen. You tell me what else was this 14-year-old boy supposed to do? Hey, stop. Stop hitting my mama. Call 911. If I take you through my YouTube right now, the algorithm, all you're going to see is 911 calls. This is what I've been listening to. When I reflect, you see what's on top. Disturbing 911 call. I've been listening to them for weeks. Man, if you think he was supposed to sit there and call for 911 and hope and pray that his mama will be okay, y'all crazy. When Kyle Rittenhouse can get away with what he got away with, man, that young nigga did just what he was supposed to do. I even heard black content creators say that she should have just damn, what I was finna say? I lost my thought, bro. It's just crazy how, I don't know, the black woman I see, she got it hard out here. That lady wasn't even all that turned up on old boy. And no matter what, how turned up she would have been. That's like the little bitty tiny poodle dog that run up on you when you perceive absolutely no threat. You don't get mad. You don't even the big dog don't get mad. Look at that motherfucker like, he might run. The woman wasn't even, cause he went out looking for that on my mama. The man that was in there before that, just think, out there in Chicago, he going, so why was a man in there? You see when the cuz got the bus and some man got on. He didn't even think to say, hey, bro, man, why you ain't got to do all that? That was crazy, cuz. Shout out to her and her son. They got to shake the town. They saying, oh boy, got some people, he affiliated, everybody affiliated. I heard some shit where, his girl was making she's a dumb, diddiest, doofus, shittiest female. Man, you better be careful who you keeping company with. Oh, my mama. He's fortunate that they charged him with murder one. That video system shut down that murder one case. If he was charged with voluntary manslaughter, he'd still be sitting. Man, Jay Boogie, get the fuck out of here. If he would still be sitting, that would be a miscarriage of justice. His mother is getting attacked. Her life is on the line. And he'll be charged and be sitting. You crazy. There's no way. They would have called the uproar. That 14-year-old little boy did what he's supposed to do. Show so much poise in the fact that his mama was losing it, trying to grab the burner from her and get at the female. He didn't even let that go down. That was quite responsible of him, if I might say so myself. This broad pumping him up. She did what Jada did to Will. In a time where your woman supposed to be making sure you are right. We left home together. We want to get back home together. That's our priority. We got to make that our number one priority, period. I don't care what. Ain't nothing that's we encounter other than someone physically trying to impede our progress worth us not accomplishing our goals. Not just the goals we have for today, but for tomorrow, the next week. This is what our main focus on. We leave the house. We have things that we prioritize. We have a life. We have goals. We have aspirations. We have commitments. Now, you have to quantify any stranger that you encounter as to how valuable the encounter is with them that they can offset everything that you're attempting to accomplish. This is the mind frame we got to keep in general. Male or female, so let alone a female that has irritated you to some degree verbally, that is obviously not causing you any kind of imminent threat, and you allow it. You really turned it to the female in the situation. And you see, you turned it to a female, and because guess what? The majority of sound men would have been telling their broad, kick back, man, kick back. Like, who got time for that? Oh, my mama. Youngster is a hero. I just thank God. This is where he probably would still be in trouble, and he probably still wouldn't. Had the gun, because Kyle Rittenhouse gun wasn't registered. Oh, my mama. So if there had not been a registered and licensed gun, they might have been making some stink. But I think what happens when you view that footage, humanity supersedes the law, common sense kicks in, takes over. It's obvious. You know what? This is another reason why the trans conversation is going to have to be deeply reevaluated. Because in this scenario, the fact that he was a male and she was a female makes all the difference in the world. Had these been two females having this encounter and one of them was more aggressive and they started fighting, me personally, and I think everybody would have viewed the young boy's responsibility at that point would switch from what he did to come in and physically try to separate him. That would have been the more logical thing. Now, when this is a fully grown man that is obviously that he physically can't handle, his mama obviously can't handle, and he has something that can eliminate that deadly threat, then there's no question what he's supposed to do. There's no question. And it's an exact difference between the fact that there was a male and a female involved. First shot was self-defense. The shots when dude was running from him was voluntary manslaughter. All shots were self-defense. When he shot him the first time and then he saw him running, he was in fear for his life, thinking he was going to his car to retrieve a weapon. So he had to eliminate the threat. J Boogie 510. That's not manslaughter. It's not cold voluntary manslaughter. It's a man who see a target that he just struck still actively moving aggressively where there could be another weapon potentially, and he wanted to eliminate that threat. Where is manslaughter? That's self-defense. Had the man laid there and not resisted or not being aggressive or made any move that could potentially turn into any further threat, this irrational man that just started beating my mother unprovoked to a point where she could lose her life, is now darting out to where there are vehicles where I just retrieved a weapon and there could be potentially other weapons in these other vehicles. I have to further utilize my mechanism of defense to eliminate this threat, bro. There's no manslaughter. What are you talking about? Are you the police? Fuck is you? When you realize this white woman that shot a black woman through her door, do you realize they've decided not to press any homicide charges against this lady? All the stereotypical things you want to attribute to this woman, don't get her last name fucked up. Have you heard her articulate herself? She's not no ignorant, street, illiterate, ratchet, raunchy type woman. At least not by default. Because I've heard her speak and present herself to the public, and she was quite presentable, quite articulate. Someone seems intelligent. It's rumored because of the dude's potential connection that she and her family's gonna have to get up out of there. It's not safe for them no more. I heard her someone read a comment where a girl who pumped him up for failure to his death was talking about what took place, and she was saying, calling him one hitter quitter. Why he one hitter quitter, but he fouled on that woman 2, 3, 4 times. I couldn't drop her. Also, he let his feet off the ground. He gave her everything he can. Look, just like Mike Lambert, bitch ass. Mike jeans fit him like that. His t-shirts fit him like that. And when he hit a female, he had to beat on Karen for years and years and years to fuck off her hell. He couldn't even, man, hoe ass niggas. Oh, my mama. But he going to see his loved ones the same way we going to see Karen. That's in the future life.
Yes, sir. One more gizzo. SP out of the rider, was blinded by the street grinding. Never mind the homework, never had a double up. I hustled up my own work. And to this day, I've been getting it with no help. There's no better feeling than depending on your own self. Money talk, you better listen when that paper speak. Mistake the streets for sweet, white sheets, they play for keeps. A father first, ex-felon trying to feed his seeds. I'm compensated for the fact I chose to keep it G. Stuck to the script all the while watching weenies win. I'm a child of God, but every day I seem to sin. Your reputation be the reason that they shoot you down. Judging from my past, but I'm living in the future now. Dollars addictive, gotta have my daily dose. Multiple hustles, I focus on what pay me most. Fear no man, he breathe like me, he can bleed. But we can leave that beef behind and breathe some peace, I believe.
I'm just preparing for my future life, cause my mama ain't living right. So just in case I ain't living this one right, I'll be riding with no ceilings like, cause I be up to get it, cause I can see me with it. I ain't worried about you niggas, I'm just lining up the business. I get it how I live it, so I live it how I get it.
I'll probably get no awards, no mention on the leaderboards. But take me to war, I promise you gon' need the Lord. Worldwide traveler, Los Angeles to Singapore. Sure, I can show her things she never seen before. Bump the horn and knock down the walls of Jericho. We pay them no mind, the laws call us terrible. Delilah had Samson, Eve made Adam fall. I ended up with none, y'all, trying to have them all. I go and get it, ain't with it, trying to wait it out. I laid it out, contemplated it, and weighed it out. Touched $1 million in my trap before I played it out. Faded out before they came and raided. Yep, I made it out. Tell them follow my footsteps, already laid the route. Nothing fake about me, no faith, who are they to doubt? Play me close, I'm supposed to pop that derriere. Promote the peace, but I take my pistol everywhere.
I'm just preparing for my future life, cause my mama ain't living right. So just in case I ain't living this one right, I'll be riding with no ceilings like, cause I be out to get it, cause I can see me with it. I ain't worried about you niggas, I'm just lining up the business. I get it how I live it, y'all so I live it how I get it.
Y'all seen it, seemed like Satan threw everything he had at me. Still standing, ain't understanding how y'all could be mad at me.
patience, push-ups, prayer on a healthy kick. Paint the perfect picture, me rolling, no selfie stick, basically baymacking. Bonafide businessman, religion don't define him better than his decisions can. Prodigal prophet, ain't worth half the price. Purchase, paid for after death, it's the afterlife, my future.
I'm just preparing for my future life. Cause my mama say ain't living right. So just in case I ain't living this one right, I'll be riding with no ceilings like, yeah. Cause I be out to get it, cause I can see me with it. I ain't worried about you niggas. I'm just lining up them digits. I get it how I live it.
Shout out Nate Dude from the Blue Wrench Mob. I see you, appreciate it. All the love. Shout out to the Blue Wrench Mob. Period. Marcus, much love. Miss J for life. That's the ones that's showing right now. Hey, you know what? I had made the title before I really checked into the get down on the snitchuation they trying to put on Young Thuggery Backery, right? And then after a little investigation, at least from what I could see, I guess ain't nothing they can really pinpoint and put on him. But it's just crazy that for some reason, in this case, the prosecution felt it was relevant to try to introduce the fact that he may or may not have gotten a car with a detective and gave up some info on some 187s back in the day when he was way young. And like I know snitchuations is just a generic conversation thanks to the internet, just to water down this of the game now. But would it make a difference if he came out and said, yeah, I got in the back seat, they crossed me up, I told, but I was young? Because even with his lawyer trying to block this type of information being entered into the evidence, it seems as if part of their defense is they're saying it didn't happen, but then they're saying that they deny he gave this type of information. But then when they're actually talking about the moment when he had this interview, they're saying he was so young that it's irrelevant. So I don't know if it never happened or if he was so young, is it irrelevant? And I'm asking rhetorically, would it matter if it was found out that he had did that? Because I know it wouldn't. Everybody hollering free thug and fingers crossed, giving him all the energy you'll give a stump down true when this nigga really, literally in front of everybody's face used to wear dresses, skirts. Not just that. He had an abundance of social media posts where he would dress men as babe, boo, lover, and things of that nature. And that's where everybody cheering for, huh? I ain't no hater, cuz, but I wouldn't give a fee not easy. If that ain't a germ throughout the culture, someone who attempts to manifest both sides. I try to give him one redeeming moment because he said that at one point because of his son, he stopped doing all the metro feminine shit, right? So I was kind of like trying to clap him on the back, but the fact that he was comfortable living on that side, so, you know, it's just some other anyway. ODM Slim, neighborhood to the neighborhood. I see you, Foolie. That's just crazy to me. But this is who we left to cheer for. Y'all know it's Ray Pride Month. Do you know how ironic it is to realize that June is National Black Man's Mental Health Month? Bet y'all didn't know that, huh? Yeah, Black Man's Mental Health Month is June. They already try to tie the plight of them people to the horrific thing our people went through the civil rights fights, all the doors they walked through legislatively was basically off the piggybacking off of our civil rights struggle. Every time there's a conversation publicly and they want to make an allegory or a metaphor connection, they say, well, what if it was black people? And we, just the general black man and his mental healthness have not only have to be shared, but overshadowed. You know what June really be about, or about blah, 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 but not mental health for black men. But look it up. It really is, bro. But yeah, that's crazy. They trying to say cuz a ratatouille. And he recently, it's been put out there. He was trying to he was trying to get somebody to jump on the record and just the boy Gunna about cause he was a rat or something. Seen all that shit floating around. But it's crazy cuz got a cold little snitchuation on his back now. Cause he was the one everybody was holding up for being stumped down. But the recent antics of Boosie, you know, all of the shit Young Thug did, the Gunna shit, just this whole little conversation just reminds me that.
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas.
On my mama, it's just like, I don't get it. I do not get it. Niggas be up to some weird shit. But the people in the stands, which is y'all don't be seeming to care. On my mama, I remember when it was different. I remember. On the turf, Lil Box and Lil Merc. Got a gang of birds, but the third served the Lil work. Sticky shit, every time he lit his big. Politicking with his clique, trying to hit the biggest lick. Problem with the hood, we gon' have to see to that. It was Baby Jinx, Tiny D, me and Black. To be from EC, can't explain how it felt to me. Lil BT nicknamed himself Looney. With big wine on the 5, getting hella faded. Heard that nigga ain't survived, so we celebrated. On a mission with the homies, or if by my lonely. Niggas know me, always got the pistol on me. Shot his way on the set, they ain't quote him on. Never lied, every lyric you can quote him on. Diamond shining, rhyming with my rollie on. Money long, kinda like a Coleon.
I remember when a nigga first got turned out. I remember was crocodile blood in the blood out. I remember coming up in the stove game. Now niggas only know about this whole game. I remember when a nigga first got turned out. I remember was crocodile blood in the blood out. I remember coming up in the stove game. I remember.
My mama, some shit you just can't forget. Like some of the young niggas used to claim to set. Same time, some of the homies used to bang young. To this day, me and Herb trade the same guns. East side, niggas know about that 7 gang. Central to San Pedro, sold up on everything. You ain't heard, 93rd to the Sin. Ain't nothing new, neighborhood, this what it been. All the Sherm homies hitting in the hood. Fuck the function off soon to get to getting good. A party ain't a party without a little drama. In the parking lot hollering at Lil Mama. Say my name next to Johnny Ray, Baby Dre. Soul 1 and 2, Big Snake from 88th. For death though, I die for, I surrender. Shit was evil on the east side, I remember
when a nigga first got turned out. I remember was crocodile blood in the blood out. I remember coming up in the stove game. Now niggas only know about this whole game. I remember when a nigga first got turned out. I remember was crocodile blood in the blood out. I remember coming up in the stove game. I remember.
On my mama, I was finna holler about the Quando Rondo thing, but this comment right here just threw my whole thought process in another direction. Shout out to Joseph White. He said, Adam 22, no jumper, saying his wife about to put out a porno. Nah, bruh. Nah. His wife been putting out pornos. They been putting them out together. His wife threw up, right, at a castle type. Looked like overseas. Like some ruins, ancient. No, he spent bread. Had the romantic Cinderella type. I'm just seeing clips, right? I see the clips you said, but see, this is my thing about Adam, right? Cuz been caught up with that racist shit attached to his name. I remember when COVID was going cracking, he had got AD. He had got at AD in a way I didn't like at all, cuz about keep talking about your people. Why you don't talk to your people about he was being real condescending, making black people sound ignorant because they were apprehensive about getting the jab. And he was just kept talking, and he was just like looking at a certain putting a certain perspective on us because we were highly apprehensive and resistant, as if this thing was going to go on and be carried on and get worse and be such a detrimental because of your people. I think since I made my commentary, he's deleted this footage because I tried to find it and couldn't quite find it. So I just noticed how everything interacted with him and the racial allegations that a lot of people have made. He brought the straight KKK type cat on there, all that whoop-wop. His original stump down black core community got on him. AD, T-Rail, all them got on shook. He had the remnants, and then he done recruited some more, but that original core got on, and race was one of the implications. He also has been documented throughout the time of them discussing this subject matter. It seems that he has had the sentiments that he did not want his wife to do no scenes with no other men, although they used to do the threesomes with the females. Now his wife then posted a clip I seen because she like bent over because this big old black nigga, 6-pack, swole, come walk behind her. She like, guys, it's finally about to happen. Guess what? I'm finally about to do the scene. It sound like she announcing engagement or a pregnancy. She like, guess what's about to happen? She like bent over like a sink, but talking to the camera. And it's like a mirror. It's like, whoop, she like, it's finally about to go down. And she like, guess who's here? Cuz come out the cut with his shirt off, walk up behind her. I guess he must have grabbed that Unani because she like, ooh, I didn't know you was about to do that. She like, yeah, I'm about to do the scene. And this nigga's on his podcast looking like Debbie Downer, got C-Mac clowning him like, but it's a nigga. She finna let a nigga dig that cock out. This nigga talk. She finna go swallow. Then he gonna look at it, bro. What kind of weird type of swing? Yeah, where your feelings? You know, I know, like, he doing it, but he say like all throughout. This what Adam say though. On my mama, leading up to the moment she finna go hop on this sweet night and do this old nasty shit. This is his holy matrimony though. This is his holy matrimony, my nigga. You dig a lies? You know, through the years they say though, certain men of a certain persuasion have been known, especially ones with finances, and those that you don't have to necessarily be rich, have outsourced their wife's pleasure by Mandingo. There's a clip going around right now about some white cats that got a podcast. I can't think of their name. Never really knew their name, but I'm familiar with the face. One of them looked like an NFL quarterback. But they said some things about they white dudes, and they was being real, saying that they were talking about, they thought about dealing with black women, but they're scared or intimidated. And there's been a lot of reaction from the black community, and the word they utilized to describe what these men were saying was hypersexualizing black women. And they were basically saying, you know, I wouldn't want to, they was trying their best to be like, play on our intelligence or the intelligence of the viewer. Like, I'm not being disrespectful. And I'm going to say this to, like, I'm going to shit on myself and say, you're not my preference. And everyone still took it offensive because they were trying to say, I'm not able to deal with you because you're too much in a certain category. And they were basically saying with black women are too much in bed. Like, I wouldn't know what to do to handle it. And you know, stereotype has always been just size-wise when it comes to Mandingo. I've had a joke that's on running in my circle that all this shit started when they was on them boats traveling. They got to them tropic areas or them areas where we were. And when the white man was on the boat, he had no ill intentions in mind. And as they approached where we supposedly was out there unclothed, and they looked, And the white man was looking and seeing what Mandingo looked like. And when he was thinking to himself, God damn, what the fuck? He said, look, my mind tell me he looked over at his wife and she was doing like this. So ever since then, he been hating this artist owner. So how y'all think this finna go from here? Oh, my mama. Like, dude. Now, you know, white girls make them faces, bro. This is, yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm glad you brought that up, man. But, yeah. Adam, 22. She went and got her Mandingo AK-47. That little 22. Pop, pop. Remember on Harlem Nights when they was dumping at Arsenio Hall in them? Arsenio Hall in them was dumping at Eddie Murphy. Like that, they was dumping all the machine guns. And then that one nigga kept coming with that pop, pop. That was a 22. How more beta can you get? Be a millionaire, celebrity, famous person, and you go holy matrimony just to go let her get her baloney dogged out by Mandingo? He finna blow that out, rooter to the tutor. Next thing gonna be gangbangs. My people. You so worried about my people getting the jab, now your wife getting jabbed by my people. Wow. I hope he jabber up to the point where you can no longer get the appropriate use out of it. Oh, my mama. I hope he just a jabby jab, just jab. Give her a real cold Mandingo demonstration.
We get rich off beats.
Short fuse with the long clip. Think I'ma slip, you fucking with the wrong crib. End of the road, part of the journey. Get up off that gurney, gotta call the attorney. Time is money, mine kinda expensive. You can find me minding my business. Love blind, I see y'all hate me. Sleep with one eye open, heat off safety. Smoking medicated dope in my own lane. Sophisticated scope with the long aim. On one out here hitting corners. On us, better act like you know, cuz I'm in a function by myself. With number some stuffed inside my belt. Same old loc with a bit more money. So run me my dough and get demo dummy on
demonstrations. Let a nigga try to trip right now. I got situations, baby. Said a nigga doing demonstrations. Beat the box on the bitch like it needed an initiation, baby. Rich blood, strip club, the bitch hugging me, talking about she loving the thug. Getting me all in the club with the snub with me. Yeah, she heard about the dick and I got drugs in me. Cold nigga, turn the bitch a go get it. She gon' leave you a square, return a hoe nigga. Go brother, front line PI dope dealer. Bottom line, I'm a figure rope nigga. I can see this shit. Burner on my hip and snapper in the whip. Real gangbangers know the manuscript. Got my eye on the homies and I watch the crib. Heavy on my tip, cause niggas is pushing politics. And Dilla Lane is my affiliation. Let a nigga play today, I got the situation. I leave a pussy bleed like administration. Stretch a nigga like a limo, give a demonstration. Demonstration. Let a nigga try to trip right now. I got situations, baby. Say a nigga doing demonstrations. Beat the box on the bitch like it needed an initiation, baby.
Okay, I guess I must've missed the memo. But since I'm here, might as well give a demo. Doctor say something with my mental. Cause every gunshot sounds like an instrumental. I blow blunts till I'm bronchitis. Tell her put your mouth on the bitch but don't bite it. If I put it in the bag, niggas gon' buy it. Any coast to the streets, then I'm gon' buy it. That from day one, I ain't have to get quartered on. Squeeze you with the needle, we shots like cortisone. So by the cortisone. Watch killers turn snitch and hurt my cortisone. I went to war sure for any penny they was shorted on. Even they steaks off the place that they snorted on. Ordered on by some niggas I supported. Got wiretaps with pics, same phone they recorded on.
Demonstrations. Let a nigga try to trip right now. I got situations, baby. Said a nigga doing demonstrations. Beat the box on the bitch like it needed an initiation, baby.
On my mama, I appreciate my dago partner for holding in there, man. I appreciate your patience. You've been waiting with me. I'm gonna let you on here, but I'm finna get this last little subject matter off. I just can't help but notice the irony, cuz, and how the boy Quando Rondo got caught up. Not, wishing no bad on him. I think it's funny that, he got these legal situations. However, just being fully aware of his actual implications with the rolling 60s. For the main headline to be saying he's being charged with being a leader of the rolling 60s. Imagine that. Getting yourself caught up in some shit you really ain't got nothing to do with, that deep, that you are being charged in a RICO sense as the leader of it. Because I couldn't imagine him being the furthest thing from anything as the leader of the rolling 60 crib. I know they might be meaning a certain section, division, clique out there in Georgia or wherever he resides, but just that headline is funny. That's funny. I just, I don't, it ain't funny the position he in, but why you ain't being accused of being a leader of the Georgia mob, Crips of the Georgia Street, the rolling Georgias, like wherever you from, like I don't get it. I know it's a lot of transplanting, connecting, and I'm not clowning nobody's situation. I'm talking about cuz in particular. We just seen all the politics he went through trying to prove he was down and crying about that and treat him right. Oh, mama. I know the shit them branched out and niggas is networking and, I'm familiar with that. I ain't played a part back in the day with, being a part of that. I ain't knocking that in general. But him as a person, bro, for what he just went through, being a bottom feeder, bottom of the totem pole, wanna be, can't quite be. I don't know if he smelt the heat coming. He knew this case was in the air, but he threw his, he denounced the whole get down. He did do that and then still break his neck to be at the funeral with all the Crips and be banged out and show footage. So I don't know if that was just a whoop wop but it looked like he got whammied on the whoop wop whoop wham bam. And I just think it's ironic that throughout the process he find himself being he might be able to beat that one. They probably picked the wrong charge. What you think, man?
Well, you asking me about that one?
I mean, I'm just dropping it off on you, man. I've been running my mouth for about over an hour straight. It's just a good spot to let you in. You can speak on that, but I know you probably want to get on some more of that other conversation. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, you know what I was about to get on, but I'm gonna go ahead just to, with that situation, it always go back to what we say is when you think you want to be a part of something that you really don't have no idea what it's really about and all the ramifications that come along with it and what they're gonna try to put on you, you really don't understand what you're getting yourself into, and just looking at something from the outside looking in, you want to be like somebody from the West Coast in California, and I want to be a part of this, not knowing that there's so much that go along with that. And I'm gonna kind of bridge off from this conversation to the next conversation when I talk about these laws and how law enforcement works to work against us anyway.
Yes, please.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, these laws weren't meant for us anyway, so they definitely gonna use that to catch you up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I listening to them 911 calls I was talking about earlier. I noticed, bro, how many times over and over again when it's white folks and you listen to the call and then the way they do it, the person who uploaded it, he'll narrate after the call go off and give you an update on what happened on the case. Man, these white people done did so much foul shit, and it's always, oh, he was deemed not to be able to fit for trial. And he just called 911 and told them everything he did. He tried to conceal it. He waited. All this shit. But now he getting trial. And they always getting sent to hospitals and mental shit. And always viewed as if the law treat them different. It's the law treat them different. Go ahead. That's all I was just trying to agree with you.
And it's like, okay, like when we talk about the situation with the sister in Chicago, right?
Right. Salute to her and her son. God bless them.
And before I even get to, I just got to ask you this real quick. I know the answer 1,000%. At 14 years old, if a man would have socked your mama in the face like that and you had the burn on you, what would have happened?
See, this is why it never happened. Because I'm the type of nigga that was praying for them type of righteous moments so I could down a nigga. I would hope pray something like that happen just so I could have the right to say I had the right and I want to go to that trial. I want to stand that. Yeah, you know what's going to happen. I'm a bad.
And the thing that get me about, you were speaking on it, about a lot of our people trying to justify it or trying to make it seem like she was wrong or the boy was wrong and this, that, and other thing, right?
Yes.
You going back into wanting to use their laws as how it should work in society, right? Even though those laws weren't made to benefit us, they were made to catch us up and to get us put in the system so they can get their free labor out of us. Because when you get a situation where a young black boy knocks on the wrong door looking for his little brother and sister and he gets shot, this man don't even get arrested. Or the same sister, when the sister came and knocked on the lady's door about her kids, same thing. They shot and killed her. They didn't get arrested.
And they're not charging.
And get arrested, and everybody want to.
And they're not charging her with murder. This is my question: if anything took place that day that wasn't appropriate, tell me what is the purpose of having laws that allow people to legally have firearms in public to defend from what? If it's not from a man beating you in your head that can obviously cause your death, if that's not an appropriate time for your 14-year-old son to use whatever force that he had at his availability to defend your life versus your death, why do we allow anyone to have guns on them as citizens in public? To defend against what? Only for motherfucking, what they call it when you take 10 steps and turn around? No. A gun is not to even the score. It's to give you an advantage when someone is using an advantage against you. And as this motherfucking man who they call a knockout specialist was hitting like a bitch though, couldn't even drop her, let alone knock her out, was using all his male might to go to her cerebral area, what other remedy did her 14-year-old son have to defend his mother?
And my thing is this, but once again, when you think about that, even when you say that, Spider, you gotta understand, when they make those laws, when you say that, they're making those laws to benefit them, not to benefit us. So when they do it, walking around with a gun and doing whatever they do, it's no problem. Like with George Zimmerman and probably I don't know how many other cases when we talk about when they do it.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Like they put these. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah. So the thing about it is when they make these laws to benefit them, and we try to use those same laws in the same way, it's clear that they're not made to benefit us. They're made to benefit them. Because how can they do the same exact thing? No problem. We do something, and it's a problem. But I'm not even tripping off that. I'm just tripping off of how we can't be open enough to see with our minds that these laws weren't built to benefit us. And then we want to get mad and say that we should be upholding these laws and we should follow these laws, and they was wrong. Like, you want to support that. You want to support something that's not even fair for us.
Right. But
criticizing this young boy for defending his mama. If any black man ever come up to me and act like they had a problem with defending their mom, your mama?
Right.
Please, I would have, my thing is even this. I don't care what the ramifications or the consequences would have been. You put your hands on my mama, I'm dumping the whole clip, stomping you out, doing all of that, and whatever happens, I don't care.
Oh, my mama.
You can take me to jail, give me life in the pen. I'm cool with that. I'm accepting all consequences after you put your hands on my mama like that. I'm accepting them all.
Oh, my mama. I can't do nothing but put a motherfucking explanation point behind what you just said. Oh, God.
So I'm like you, Spider. It was really upsetting me when you had a lot of black people that was really trying to criticize this young man's actions or the mom's actions or whatever and this, that, and other thing. Because it's like she wasn't yelling back at him. She wasn't, trying to antagonize her. She wasn't doing none of that. She was just standing there.
Yes. And he was on his period, pumped up by his female. He was letting the female sit there like, pump him up. He was showing out for her. You see him pump himself. Say one more thing. He went from on David, on my grandmama. He pumping himself up the whole time to get off on a female. He not, usually when a man is dealing with an aggressive female, he's trying to make sure he maintains his calm, and then maybe he might snap. Whether he does what he's not supposed to, he might argue back and snap. But you typically try to deal she was being calm, and he was trying to pump himself up to a female. That's how, if you really about something, I don't get it. That was feminine. He like all the bitch in him just came out. It just like he just was a bitch. That was all bitch shit. You don't talk to no woman like that, man. If anything, if you're really on that type of time, you that scrimey with it, you supposed to be like, baby, get this bitch. If that's what you own, beat this bitch ass. That's what it should have been. You right there with a female.
Yeah.
If it's that serious that you feel like this woman need to be touched, your female that was pumping you up, you shouldn't even have to say nothing. If she know y'all all like that, she should have got on it immediately. She should have jumped right on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, homie.
Go ahead. Got on what she mad at.
On God.
Now, my thing is this. If and this is what I told my son. I said, look, don't never put your hands on no female. And the reason why you don't never put your hands on no female, because I know how I think. And I'm pretty sure you think the same way. If you put your hands on my mama, my daughter, or my sister, it's no understanding. It's no understanding. There's no explaining. I'm finna do what I do. And that's it, point blank, meaning that you can lose your life by putting your hands on a woman.
I mean,
so don't never do no. So all the brothers that's out there that's like that feel like that's cool to put your hands on the women and all that, just understand that there's a lot of people that's not understanding when it comes to that, and they're gonna be ready to do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, he thought she was by herself. And had she been by herself,
yeah,
he might have got away with that, knocked her out and got on. But he don't even know. If she was by herself, she was going to get up, wipe herself off, go to her car and down both of them. That's what she was going to do. She would have shot him and her.
And it would have been man.
Vicious V.
See, you speaking on some real facts.
Vicious V, you are a legal firearm carrier. So let me.
You damn right I am.
I'm gonna put you in a scenario where you in the car and you witness your mother, a man do that to your mother or your wife or anything of that nature, and he is obviously physically no match for you. Since you're grown, I'm gonna say he's Shaq size. Because this is a 14-year-old boy looking at a grown man do this to his mother. So it's a man Shaq size.
I'm shooting that boy with every bullet I bought. Hands down.
Yeah, on my mama.
Oh, I got to have you.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to have you. I'm shooting you with every bullet I bought. Now, I've never been to jail, never been to prison, but 3 hots in the cot don't sound bad.
Right. Yeah.
There you go. Enough said on that.
Yeah.
Oh, my mama, you had me fucked up.
On God. I don't know how they could be mad at the boy. Like, I'm trying to put I'm just trying to say this. Like, at that age and everything considered, what other option did he have? Somebody help me understand. What other option did he have?
OG.
Huh?
let me explain something to you real quick, if you don't mind. I'm gonna just say this real quick, and I gotta head back. I took a short break from my job. Check this out. Now, me and my other kid's mama, we not together, but we have an understanding. If that would have been my mama or her mama, yeah. Oh, it's about to go down. Oh, yeah. Covington, Tennessee is not gonna sleep tonight. Yeah.
He a fool because I was raised, my other mother, my brother's mother, my father's wife. You know, generally it's called your stepmother, right?
Yeah.
She used to have a Blazer, and we used to be in her car all the time. She used to keep a 38 in her purse. Never had to shoot nobody. But there was not a day she didn't have it. Like, niggas better be careful out here swinging on females. It's already some hoe shit. And then you see what could come with it, man. Oh, my mama swinging on people, period. But, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go to let you go ahead and speak your mind, man, because after